Well, hello again, Commanders. I know I said I wasn't going to do another ranked video before the raid tomorrow, but I managed to climb up to number 37, and I thought this would be an excellent chance to showcase some of the higher level opponents. There's some really, really stout builds up here. So without further ado, let's just jump right in and make this a good quick one. Here goes. Drako. Not sure if we've done one with him before. Got a swarm build. We're working with the Unholy Trinity. Again, Primal Warhorn, Skull of the Necrolord, and Devourer. So he's got lots of units out there. They're all very high level. And we've got 3 sets of Wraiths, which is the main thing that I'm concerned about for my build. But we're more focused on what he's trying to accomplish here. These 2 sets of Plague Bearers in the back, they are strategically placed in order to guard this Crystal Spire. So, and you've also got your Cannoneer up there. I don't know if there's Arcane Archer kicking around. I haven't tallied the points to see if he used up his whole army budget. But he's got at least the Spire and the Cannoneer, so those are going to be his late game fail-safes. Up front, he's got some Wolves. I don't see the benefit of that. I'd rather have more units out there, like another set of Plague Bears, and that's going to make his Primal Warhorn have like another 10-11% damage, something like that. So, not entirely sure what the Wolves are about, but the 2 Plague Bears, this first set here is designed to catch anything coming from a flank. So if you've got an army coming through this path, they'll get stalled right there. And because as they walk forward, right about the time they get there, they're going to protect that spire. Same with the ones in the rear. They'll catch any risen warriors, any assassins, and keep them from destroying that spire. So that spire is kind of the insurance plan, as well as the Cannoneer. And it looks like he's going to get, well, he may not get to Devourer, actually. If he had a Death Knight, he definitely would, but since there's not very many units on my side, I don't know, it's a toss-up whether or not he'll get there, but he most likely will. Let's see how we do. Okay, the meat grinder is working efficiently. A little bit concerned about the Wraiths, but managed to keep most of my dudes alive. I see 2 skulls. One is my Frost Wizard, and I think another one is EC. Okay. Oh, there was an Arcane Archer hidden up there. If I were him, I would have dropped the Tower and the Archer and added more units to make a more effective swarm. But what do I know? Like, the dude was higher level than I was. So, yeah, and the Wolves. The Wolves kind of confused me. I wasn't sure what that was all about. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, Drako. Let's just let this one run. See, again, those Wolves don't really add much. They aren't buffing any nature units. There's no nature units nearby. I just don't get it. The Spire looks like it's got range on it. And I'm trying to see if maybe does that arcane? No, that was a cannonball. I was going to say the Arcane Archer wouldn't have knocked back the ECs that far, even if it had Thunderstrike. So it looks like we're going to have this one again. There's just not enough units there to get to Devourer. I mean, if you trade out the Arcane Archer, the what was the other thing? The Wolves and the Crystal Spire for a Death Knight, you'd have all the corpses you'd need to get a Devourer. But again, the dude's like 30 places away from number 1, so what do I know? Okay, let's go again. Okay. Come on, Traplight. Let's get some more random rolls here. We're not going to pause to commentate on this. We're just going to let it burn through. Looking a little dicey here for me. I think I'm still going to get it. Again, if a Death Knight was in there, my dudes would not be healing at all, and I probably would have died. But his build is working against a lot of other dudes. So, okay, wow, we're moving up. 3 in a row with Drako. Okay, here we go. Boom, let's take a peek. T31M. All right, we've got some very stout unit levels. Look at those 14, level 14 Plague Bearers. Dang, that's expensive. Oh, and a 14 tower. Hot dang, this dude has spent some bank on this. Gosh, how long would you have to save up with all your gold to get a level 14? That's forever. Okay, again, the Unholy Trinity. So we're doing a swarm build. We've got 1 Crystal Spire, a Death Knight. I do see a drummer. There's a drummer in there. And 2 sets of hammer throwers. So, yeah, we got the Plague Bears in the back to protect the Spire and to keep anything from getting to the Death Knight, because the Death Knight usually lags a little bit behind everybody else. Everything else kind of pushes ahead of him, and that's actually very advantageous because he can keep resurrecting all the skeletons without taking much damage, and that's where I have most of my difficulty. The Risen Warriors are meant to catch the corner builds and any arcane archers that are kind of the contingency plans for his opponent. And it's almost all chaos, which is very, very good for that Skull of the Necrolord. Just the 2 hammer throwers, the drummer, and the Crystal Spire are not chaos. Everything else is chaos. So a lot of extra skeletons are going to come from kills from there. Very, very solid build and very impressive numbers. Let's see how we do. Oh, by the way, always, always, always donate rares. I'm not saying you shouldn't support your guildies or clanmates when they request commons, but you get 5 times as much gold donating to rare requests. So also request rares all the time, because that gives your clanmates more gold. Kind of becomes a help them help you kind of situation. Yeah, that Death Knight, just the vast majority of the time, there's very few times that I can pick him off in the middle of that mess. And that's why swarms are so effective. Okay, let's go again. Oh, okay, same dude. Let's just not worry about a screenshot. Let's just let it run. Again, if I can pick off the Death Knight, I'll be just fine, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen again. The Wraiths are very effective because they, like the Death Knight, are kind of recessed from the other frontline melee units. And that's what enables them to crank out the damage without hardly taking any. So, yeah, those swarms, man, you gotta watch out. Okay, Bringlore. We got a snow globe. Or wait, there's no monk. I didn't see a bubble pop because I think it started right before I switched. No snow globe. We have no monk. So we do have... Did I see a drummer in there? I don't know. But we do have the some of those frenzy units. You got the Cannoneer, Arcane Archer, and the dual purpose Mind Corruptor. The Mind Corruptor kind of helps hold the line, and then when Frenzy pops, it is a savage beast. It will turn your whole army in no time. Plague Bearers to hold the flank. It looks like the Risen Warriors, he's got those designed for when the army moves in, because he's got those slow-moving Thorn Guards. He's got that calculated to hit right where the ranged units are going to be, especially since they're forced to walk down from the top. They're going to be right where he wants them. Anything else notable? He's running 2 sets of hammer throwers. Usually I've seen 1 set of hammer throwers, 1 set of archers. I think the hammer throwers actually do more damage than the archers, but the archers just have the increased range. Okay, and we have the ranged artifact, crown, and pendant of everlasting winter. So the range is meant to magnify those 3 units right there in the middle. I die often to that because you just can't get close enough, and they'll shred you to bits. So he's just buying time to get to frenzy. So again, we've seen this tons of times. Let's see how it works for Bringlore. Oh, ouch, Frost Wizard. Be careful. Okay, he's going to be preoccupied with those risen warriors. So my guys are not going to have a fun time when those thorn guards reach him. You're going to see him get very close to death if they don't die anyway. Yep, Mind Corruptor is turning them just enough to fight each other. I'm toast. Even if the Mind Corruptor hadn't gotten him, my Frost Wizard was so busy up there that my ECs would have died on those Thorn Guards just because the Frost Wizard wasn't hitting him. If the Frost Wizard can catch the Thorn Guards and the Drummer, then you're golden. But yeah, he was just nowhere because he was caught up with the Risen Warriors. All right, let's do a couple more. Nerdhild. Okay, let's take a peek. Okay, another swarm build with a lot of wolves. I see one set of warhounds in there. I don't see any other warhounds. So you've got two sets of wolves for one set of warhounds in a swarm build where you're looking to stack numbers on that primal warhorn. Again, some of these things, some of these decisions perplex me, but again, this dude's number 34, and he's number 34 for a reason. So you look at the placement of those Risen Warriors. Those are meant to catch the Arcane Archers in the back. They struggle with taking out the full-scale corner builds just because there's usually either a Molten Armor or a tree with a Draining Spirit and a Crystal Spire. So, and most people will be putting Frost Traps back there. But I think they're primarily meant to catch any enemy Arcane Archers. You've got your two ranged units with the Hammer Throwers and the Archers. Again, it's a lot easier to get one high level of each than it is to get two of one. Again, it kind of perplexes me to have those three nature units in there. You can get a lot more bodies with another set of Plague Bearers or even the Risen Warriors. I would even prefer Wraiths over that. But they don't have any other buff other than the Primal Warhorn. They don't get any benefit from the Skull of the Necromancer. So kind of a perplexing decision, but hey, it's clearly working all right. I'm gonna say I do all right on this one. I think I'm gonna get it, but I've been surprised before. Those Wraiths are hitting me pretty hard, but if I can get them down fast enough, I should have plenty of sustain. So the Wraiths are the main issue. Wraiths, Death Knights, and what was the other thing? I guess Mind Corruptors. Those are kind of the big deals that I go up against for my current build. Okay, this is going to get a little close. Okay, Cannoneer is going to start knocking everybody back. Can I get him? Yes. Okay, we're good. Yeah, again, if I were him, I would have switched out those nature units for some more chaos bodies, as many bodies as you can stack on there, because that buffs every single unit with another 0.8, 0.9. Let's take a look at that real fast. When you've got your Primal Warhorn to level 3, you're looking at a 0.9% buff to everybody for every unit over 60. So why have 4 Direwolves? Why have any units that single unit that has so few bodies that it's just not going to help you? So that's just my 2 cents. I don't know everything. So let's see. Silent Avenger. Okay. We have a lot of Risen Warriors in the back. We have, okay, the Cannoneer is the only real late game frenzy unit. I mean, yeah, the Archers and the Hammer Throwers, but they're just not the same as having a Cannoneer or an Arcane Archer. We got a lot of, okay, now this is another thing. We mentioned this in the last video between the Fire Knights and the Plague Bearers. You're competing with your debuffs. So you're going to be applying Plague, and then you're going to be overriding Plague with Fire, and then you're going to be overriding Fire with Plague, and back and forth and back and forth. I don't get it personally, but again, it's working for the dude. He's number 42. So yeah, I don't see anything particularly notable that we haven't already discussed in other builds. Again, same Unholy Trinity. Let's see how we do. I think I'm going to get it because I don't see very many Wraiths. If my units go kind of single file in a line that's kind of facing towards the hammer throwers, I could be toast because, yeah, they're kind of all the 2 hammer throwers and the archers are taking out 1 unit at a time. If my units had been more parallel, I would have been okay. But since they were kind of single file, they got focus fired, and I am toast. So I was wrong. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll call it. We're seeing some really good builds. Okay, we've already done this, dude. So let's see if anything changes this time. Yeah, okay. The wraiths are down. I should be okay for the rest of it. There's not a whole heck of a lot that's going to change now that those wraiths are down. Okay, no, I'm getting picked off a little bit by those 2 sustained range units, the hammer throwers and the archers. But I might be able to get there. Oh, no, he's going to get me. Good job, dude. See, again, a lot of RNG. Your build can beat somebody one round, and then you can get your butt handed to you the next. So, right on. I gotta do one more. I can't help myself. Hey, Sunny. Okay. We had a note about this. Actually, let's pull it up. Let's see. Let's go over. Let's get to Sunny. There we go. I don't know how he pronounces his name, Pataglu or Pataglu. It's Pataglu, I think. He made a comment on YouTube about why Sunny puts the... oh, no, this isn't the same build. Sunny's using a different build. But for the previous build that we went up against Sunny with, I was commenting about the Plague Bearers, why he had them on the bottom, and the corner build was also on the bottom. I was wondering, well, why didn't he put them at the top? Well, Pataglu said that it's designed to pull people down because the corner build actually survives better from a frontal assault than from a flank assault. So that was the reason why. Another point that he made was that when his corner build, Sunny's corner build, went up against another soul pylon build, that having all those extra bodies on the Plague Bearers soaked a lot of those soul pylon orbs. So that's, I'm actually really glad that this popped up so that I could mention that. I really appreciate when people shed light on things because, again, as I mentioned earlier, I really don't know everything. I feel like I kind of know my way around the block, but there's a lot on the block that I still haven't discovered. So, yeah, let's see how we do here. I see Snow Globe. We got our Barrier Monk. We got a Drummer. And then Crystal Spire, Arcane Archer. So yeah, no Cannoneer on this one, but again, you've got a lot of those Frenzy units. So let's see how we do. Boom. Okay, Frost Wizard is helping to get through stuff. Okay, we've got some flipped units. And there we go. Now Frost Wizard's helping. We're starting to clear through those. Oh, I'm running out of units. Yeah, I think he's got me. He's totally got me. Yeah, there's no way I'm coming back from this one. Excellent job. If you had flipped that build to the top, I might have had it. But just those few extra seconds of walking down the field, that can make a huge difference. Of course, he could take me on the top too. It all depends on who gets mind controlled when. All right, let's call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. This most likely will be my last video before we start our raid videos again for tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me to build my channel, and it justifies me spending the time on it. So I really appreciate it. It's a huge deal for me anytime you click that subscribe button. So thank you for watching, and we will be back tomorrow with some raid help. We'll see if we can sort it out together. Thanks, Commanders. We'll see you then.